By virtue of being a man, we say you're masculine. By virtue of being a woman, we say you're feminine. But some men tend to forget their masculinity and tend to act in an unjust way to their well-being. Many a times we forget that men are the carriers or the guys who are carrying a family through to tomorrow. And they need to ensure that whatever that they do, they don't only think about now, but think about tomorrow. But it happens most of the time that 80 to 90% of men live for now. How so? Worrying about spending 100%, between 90 and 100% of their expenses on material. Worrying about clothes more than their tomorrow. Worrying about friends today more than worrying about their family for tomorrow. Worrying about what they drive now, forgetting what they will drive in 10 years. Not worrying about critical things, their health, which will shorten their lifespan, instead of worrying about their health for tomorrow. Not worrying about the things they do. They do anything as it comes, imminently so, forgetting that their thoughts will impact their tomorrow. Let me tell you something. Sometimes such men who fall within the 80% of men that take abrupt decisions, forgetting about tomorrow. It doesn't matter what you have, how you do it. You reach a point where you are at your lowest. And trust me, it is not an error or mistake that you reach that point where you are at your lowest. Sometimes nature, sometimes system enforces you to go to a point where you understand who you are, where you set yourself, where you've got no one around you, where you don't have a choice but to start thinking deeper. And when you start realizing who you are, I hope you realize who you are by the time you still have more effort or opportunity or gap to be able to catch up. Because life does not wait for you to waste and then try to catch up. Many people, many brothers, many sisters, many friends, many relatives, many colleagues, they tend to waste and then later start to revisit and want to calculate their wastage. No. You don't calculate your wastage if you didn't work hard. You calculate your wastage when you have worked hard, knowing that you want to see if the wastage worth it. As a man, you must work hard and worry about anything tomorrow. The now situation is called the present value. It worth nothing compared to the future value. So I would like you to understand that when you live for tomorrow. There are many people that I hear that says they live for now, they live for now. Yes, you are living for now. But the reality is that you are supposed to be a vehicle that opens those doors for your children, a vehicle that cut that curse of poverty, a vehicle that cut that curse of stagnation, a vehicle that cut that curse of not being successful. And it can only start with you. The minute you unlock that gate, everyone coming after you will be able to go through smoothly. And that's where your legacy lies. That's where everyone will be saying, the reason why we are better today, it was because of him, it was because of her. So I understand the women, and I don't have issues with the women. Specifically as men, we fail to utilize our masculinity, our manly character, our male dominion correctly. We forget about ourselves. For that reason, that is why we end up competing with women. And they end up devaluing us as men because why? We are losing our backbone. We don't know who we are. We are misrepresented. And the women end up taking our position and owning up, because if you don't, somebody will. And who that somebody will be the one next to you. So it is important as a man to understand that if you are not doing things right, especially your well-being, nourishing your own pocket for long term, trust me, there will be a time where you are at your lowest, and when you are at your lowest, you will start to revisit and try to check the wastage. By that time, the time it's already gone, and it's enforcing you to live under pressure, to live a lie, to pretend, to worry, to pain, which you have caused by yourself. No one invited you to be a time waster. No one invited you to be a financial waster. No one invited you to waste whatever resources that are next to you. Time wasted will never be regained. The second that is ticking will never be regained. You will never see this time ever in your entire life. So you better just utilize every second well. And if you ever come across any error, you must know that you must leave the error and take the lessons out, because there's no time to waste worrying about the errors you have done. You can only move forward. So as men, our attitude towards life, our attitude towards how we do things, our attitude towards building our tomorrow should be highly capitalized, because no woman in life wants a man without vision. It doesn't matter whether you've got money or you don't have money. You can have $1 billion, but if a woman is with you and realize that there's no vision in life, you are as much as empty, because that money might end within a space of a time. For that reason, every woman wants to have children with a man with vision. Every woman wants to be with a man with vision. Every woman wants security. Every woman wants her tomorrow to be covered. So the best thing is that until we change our narrative as men, women will always try to supersede us because we are failing to take our position. And I think it is time that we revive the manly as the masculinity, not in terms of fighting women, not in terms of instructing, not in terms of controlling, but in terms of knowing how to have that thing of handling it within our own inner self.